Hello to all my American Horror Story historians. My name is EJ Marino and we have a review today. I'm going to be jumping into episode 5 of American Horror Stories. We might have our first great episode of the season. I don't think this is a perfect episode, but Ball has a lot going for it that really made it, to me, a really impactful piece of television. I actually don't have much to say because it's just a really entertaining episode. I was expecting some Rosemary's Baby stuff, but it wasn't that. It was a little bit more than that. It was a really powerful story about a woman trying to deal with motherhood, trying to deal with like trashy men in her life. It was really impactful. I loved a lot of this. I have personal fears of having kids and then they hate me, so that touched on that. I think the paganism stuff is really interesting, and I think Billie Lourd is a fantastic actress. This is overall a very entertaining, 40 minutes? I could have watched a whole movie of this. I really was sucked into it. Actually, that's kind of my best compliment I could give these episodes. Much like Drive-In and now with Ball, I really find these episodes to be good and I want more. There's stuff like the little frat house one and the murder house ones that I'm like, these are fine little episodes of a TV show, but I want a good, substantial story, and that's what this episode was, and there was a lot in here that I was just like, this is delicious. Liv is our main character in this episode, and she's played by the fabulous Billie Lourd. She really wants a baby. That's all she's ever thought about. It seems to be something very important for her, so she's with her man Matt, some white boy name that, oh boy, I could not stand this character, and I was right to not be able to stand him. Ooh, I love when my trashy men, senses work for other people, but not for me when I keep finding myself with bad dudes. Anyways, so yes, these two are a couple and they're trying to have a baby. It's not working. They're going through IVF after IVF and they're trying to figure out what could be the key when a receptionist at this little IVF place gives Liv a little totem that says, hey, this is a fertility totem. This should help you out, give you some good juju. Liv tries to do it. She says, okay, look, I've tried every science thing. Let's go to the otherworldly aspects. So she does the little totem thing. She makes love to her. Okay, admittedly attractive man, even though he's trashy. He is a good looking guy, so they have this really hot, passionate sex scene, and 16 months later, they have a baby. I was just like, oh, okay, did the ookie spooky spell work? Who knows? And it seems like it did. So yes, Liv is having the baby now, but it's not exactly what she imagined. She is not connecting with the baby. Is it just a postpartum thing, or does she think the baby hates her? Which, again, is a fear of mine. It is not guaranteed your baby has to like you. I love a movie called We Need to Talk About Kevin, which deals with this of having a child and you not connecting with him and him not connecting with you. I love that topic. So when I thought that was what this whole episode was about, I was sucked in. I was just like, do we have another Michael Landon on our hand? Is this baby going to be an evil human being? No, the baby just seems like a normal baby. So yeah, Liv is going through all this stress and she starts seeing this demonic figure and she starts hearing these voices that is telling her, I want this baby is mine. And she's just like, what the hell is she is going crazy. She goes to a doctor and the doctor starts trying to help her out. I think the doctor's played by Vanessa Williams, who is in the Candyman film. Oh my god, she's a good grounding moment in this. I actually felt good from her therapy, and I was just listening to her, what she was telling Liv, and I was like, I could digest this own information for myself. This is really impactful. So Liv is dealing with her man who's always working at night. He's just like, oh, I'm doing NCIS, baby. NCIS ain't paying you that much. I'm gonna need you to start helping out with this baby. He seems so disconnected from the situation, which turns out he is very disconnected from the situation. He doesn't want to be here. We'll get to that in a second. So yeah, it's just really interesting to see these two interact with each other and his not even light, his just full-on gaslighting her. Before I even knew the twist at the end of the episode, I felt that he's just not being honest with her. I don't know, there's something about mothers when they start getting like this. I know postpartum is a very common thing and it happens to so many women, but there's a tone in a woman's voice when you just know she's being serious, and I really felt for the Liv character here. So, she's going through, she's trying to figure out what it is. She sold the little totem to the nanny, and the nanny, the housekeeper lady's just like, girl, I'm gonna leave. this is some bruja little voodoo shit that I don't want to deal with. So yeah, the nanny leaves. She starts trying to go to like the girl who initially gave her the totem, and she's just like, yo, what is going on? What did you send into my life? I'm gonna need you to help me. So the little blonde white girl, who I knew wasn't really into this stuff, she just doesn't seem okay. Maybe in LA a lot of these little white girls like to do their little crystals and their little stuff, but I'm like, this little white girl knows about ball. Like, no ball. I don't think that's for you, honey. So she goes to her and she says, hey, I need a way to fix this, a way that you could help me get over all of this. So she gives her like a little spell that could possibly help Ball out. But it turns out that it's not for that. It just straight up leads to her stabbing her man in the chest. I wish she would have stabbed him in the neck. Maybe she could have like, you know, fixed some of the end of this episode, because boy, does he get even more insufferable. So yes, we have Liv, who dealt with all this. She was trying to go through some therapy. She was hearing weird noises. You know, her psychiatrist, her doctor, was giving her medicines, but it just wasn't seem to working. So this led her to end up stabbing her husband, which puts her in the cuckoo place. And I'm like, oh God, she's screwed. Like, what is happening? And then we find out that he's been cheating on her this whole time. And I'm like, well, duh, like, no one shoots that much stuff at night. Come on, like, I need all of y'all to start thinking about this. Yeah, we find out that he has been scamming her from the jump. Like, the lady who gave her the little totem was his new girlfriend. All his friends that came over for a dinner party, they were all in on this like thing to mess with her. They were full on gaslighting her so they could lock her up and basically just get all the money for her, you know, from her, because she's like this rich, you know, inherited a lot of money. So they try to get that money from her, and they, you know, Matt's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna give it to all my friends. I'm gonna help everyone out. I'm the good person here. I didn't want the baby. She pressured me, and I'm like, ew. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait for all of these people to die. And then Ball seems to show up and actually just start bam, bam, kidding people, killing them. And I'm like, yes, get him. But he leaves Matt, which leads to him going to jail. There was this fun revenge story at the end of this as well. There's layers to this whole journey and this whole story that I'm like, there is so much on top of each other. We got I thought Rosemary's Baby, then I thought we need to talk about Kevin, and then we go back to Rosemary's Baby where everyone is turning on the mom. There is so many like parts to this episode. So yeah, he goes to jail for being a horrible person and killing all his friends, and I'm like, good, I know you didn't. I seen the episode. You didn't, but you should, because you're a bad person, so you should be here. Yeah, Liv comes and visits him and is just like, you're trash. You've always been trash. I've hated you, and I'm not going to help you. You are a horrible person. Yeah, it turns out that she actually summoned Ball herself to help get her revenge, and she makes this deal, and I just was really enamored by all of this. I was just so like, this is a good episode. I mean, I can't even really fully get into what really made it work. It just was an entertaining couple minutes, and I just was really happy for the Liv character and her baby and this big winged demon man. I was just like, I don't know, man, he's kind of sexier than your actual husband you had. Get with the big winged demon dude. He's probably a great lover. He's a fertility god. He knows how to throw it down. Yeah, that's what this whole episode gave me. I just had a blast watching it, and it was just a good thing. Billie Lourd is such a fantastic actress. Oh my goodness, I was really in love with this, and I hope you guys liked it too. I hope this is going to be what collectively all find as at least the best episode so far. Well, I am so sorry that this did not come out last night. I filmed this in the morning because I needed to sleep last night, so I woke up really early to watch the episode and record this, and I'm so excited to share it with you. I hope you guys like this review. I hope you all like this episode. Queen Billie Lourd is here to bless this season and probably give us, hopefully not our best episode, because I hope there's better ones later on, but one of the best episodes yet, and one of my favorite American Horror Stories, even all of it, all together in a while. I just really was sucked into the story, to how they filmed it, to how it played out. It was a fun episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel if you did enjoy this. We will be covering American Horror Story for months now. We will be doing AHS stories, and then we will be doing the actual double feature season. Alright everyone, comment down below, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and let's talk about Ball and this fun episode down below.